Ramble.
Thank you to Macy's and Tasteify for sponsoring this episode.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another spicy episode of You Can Sit With Us. I just like throwing adjectives in there.
We're going to be spicy?
We're going to be spicy today. Everyone, we are joined by Miss Rachel.
Hi.
Woo. Miss Becky.
Hello.
Matthew.
Hiya.
And our pick set Rainie on the ones and twos. Miles is here as well.
Woo! Hey. We also got Maggie intro in the pod.
Oh my God. I always forget to introduce myself whenever I do this. Apologies. I am here as well. Hi, everyone. How's everyone doing?
Everyone's looking at me.
Like Rachel.
We haven't seen Rachel in so long.
Our poor baby.
I flew to the East Coast with my two toddlers. We went to a beautiful wedding in Vermont, and then we promptly all got COVID for the first time.
Woo!
And you know what's better than getting COVID? Taking care of your feral twin toddlers who also have COVID, not at your house, all by yourself.
That's awful.
It was
You're sick,
really
they're sick.
abysmal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were out of commission for quite a bit.
Yeah, we were out of commission. We canceled the rest of the trip. Luckily, we stayed at a friend's house, so we weren't doing it in a hotel room.
Yeah.
That would have been much worse.
Yeah.
I know. Until the moment those bitches tested negative, and then we flew home.
Those are bitches.
Guys. It was truly the worst
See,
of
but
times.
wouldn't this be a perfect time to have a third kid, the triplet, being on a separate island where you could take part of their DNA and just kind of like swap it so that they don't have COVID anymore?
Huh?
Becky!
Remember our
Are you
island
proposing I have
episode?
a farm baby on a
no.
deserted island?
That's the whole point of having twins. Is you're supposed to send one to like a farm or an
That's
island.
the whole point.
And then you could harvest them later in life.
Which one are you
Becky, where's
suggesting
your
I
twin?
send?
Depends on who's the nicest. Or I guess maybe the most cunning, actually.
Oh, those are two different people.
That is. I'm like, who would go? I guess maybe Sweet Poppy would have to go because I think she would go willingly. I think June would like, she would be like Scarlett Johansson and she'd ruin the whole island for everybody. You know
Poor
what I mean?
Poppy.
Yeah. She'd volunteer as
Sweet
tribute.
angel.
Except for here's the catch-22. If Poppy's going, June is absolutely fucking going.
Right.
She's going.
That's why
She is going.
third. You
And
have
if
to have the
Poppy's
triplet.
not going, June's not going. I know.
Yeah.
It really throws a wrench in
In
the
the
island
plan.
experience.
Yeah. So you have to do it when they're infants before they have opinions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how my life has been. It's been pretty bad, but we're on the other side of it.
Woo!
Woo! My first time with COVID sucked.
Oh.
Yeah. Boo.
Boo.
Anyways, how are you guys?
Good.
Good. We were in the mountaintops this weekend.
We're in the mountains.
Yeah.
What was the high? What was the low of the temperature, but also of the
Oh,
experience?
I was like, of the trip, I would say the low was watching Amityville Horror 2.
wow. Why would you watch that?
Not a good show. Movie.
It's not good.
Is the poster
Kinda
the one where
creepy.
he's like,
I don't even, we didn't even
I fell
really,
asleep. That's
Matt
how good
fell
it was.
asleep like 20 minutes in. We didn't look at a poster. We didn't look at a trailer. We just hit play. And like probably 10 minutes in, Matt just goes, is this a porno? Is this a porno?
it is very sexy, those ones, right?
Well, it's
I
like
mean-
the brother-sister combo is a little uncomfortable.
Oh.
Yeah. The brother and sister bone because the brother's like the evil one. Or like has been inhabited by the evil house spirit. And then they bone. And then the sister's like not upset that she boned her brother. She's just sad that she boned. And she like goes to this priest
Because she was
to like confess.
virginal.
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
It was
I just
weird.
started House of Dragon and I keep waiting for like the uncle niece combo to want to bone.
Well, you know, what episode are you on?
2.
You just wait a minute.
I can feel it coming now. I saw them look at each other. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the finale
I keep
just came
thinking
out.
of him as Prince Charles too.
Oh.
Right? That's the
From
same
The
guy,
Crown.
right?
Yeah.
Is there a
From The
lot
Crown,
of
yeah.
boning on the new
Oh,
There's
I've
a fair
seen-
amount.
Game of Thrones?
Yeah,
There's a fair
it's
amount.
like a background orgy every like 6 scenes or something.
Whoa.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's a lot of naked ladies.
Have they boned in Rings of Power yet? I gave up.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
That's why you gave up. Not enough boning.
Not enough boning.
You got to watch Dragons instead.
Yeah.
You got
I
that
will
heat,
say-
Will you
Becky.
understand it
That
if you never
spicy heat.
watched Game of Thrones? Will you understand it? Because it's a prequel, right? So it shouldn't
Yeah.
matter.
And there's a lot of winking to like the history of Game of Thrones. It's like,
Mhm.
you know, it
Yeah.
might mean less to you.
But shouldn't it? Is it like a? Could it
You're
stand
not
on its
missing
own?
anything.
I've
Yeah.
only
I'm
watched
not
one
missing anything.
episode, so I don't know.
I mean, if you haven't seen the, if you just watch the prequel, you'll understand. Like, you won't feel like
Yeah.
you're missing anything.
And I know like the basis of Game of Thrones because I looked up season
Every single-
recaps.
Yeah.
I read the whole series
Wow. It's a lot
Wow.
of pages.
before it ever came out, before
That's
the
crazy.
TV show ever came out. I'm so old. I
I'm
just
so
read the whole thing. George R.R. Martin and I, besties.
I saw him outside of a hotel in New York once.
How did you recognize him?
Yeah,
What does he even
that's-
mean?
yeah.
How does it? Look up a picture of him and then tell me if you don't recognize who George R.R. Martin is.
Okay, I don't.
He
really
looks like
know.
Santa.
I was going to say, yeah, isn't he just
Oh,
like
he's
an old man? Yeah.
He looks like an old man.
Becky,
Like
that was just Santa.
But it's actually funny because we ran into him.
Okay, you're right. He's very
Right.
distinct.
He's very
Who is
distinct.
this sea captain?
Yeah. Oh, you're right.
Yeah, sea captain who's been lost out at sea for
Sea
100
Captain
years.
Santa.
I hope he always wears that sea captain hat.
He
too.
does every
he in
photo.
that?
Every
He was
photo.
in that. He was in that.
TMZ, find him right now. He's definitely wearing this hat.
Yeah. Yeah. We were going to a hotel that had this like secret burger bar like around the
The
corner.
Meridian. I used to go to. Did
The
I tell?
Thompson.
I
The
told
Thompson.
Keith about this
Oh.
I don't remember. This was
was, like,
years ago.
3 or 4 years ago.
Probably. Yeah. We were there a couple years ago. But we actually stayed in the same hotel this last time we were in New
Oh.
York. And we called it the George R. R. Martin Hotel.
Oh,
Because he was getting his burger joint
Rebrand.
on too.
No, he was just standing outside of the. He must have just been staying at the hotel.
yeah. You walk down
Maybe
a
he got
hallway
a
and there's
burger.
just a neon burger and it smells really good and you're like,
Yeah.
what's here? Yeah,
The burgers are fine.
I don't.
They're like fine burgers.
Yeah.
They're like. I mean, they're probably fine if you live in like Iowa. They're probably like the best burger you've ever had. But like,
What's the best burger you ever had?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's really hard.
I've had a lot of good burgers in my life.
I don't know.
Well, pick one and then see how you feel about it when you say it out loud.
Like the first one, the best one in LA.
Sure.
Yeah, let's do LA. I think Yucca's has the best burgers in LA.
I've never been there.
Yuccas. I've never been there either.
It's a taco stand in Los Feliz. Well, not stand because it's like has its own little shop, but they were voted like they're on a bunch of lists of having like the best tacos. But they make the burgers. They're like smash burgers. They make it on the same grill that
I
they
love
cook
smash
the
burgers.
meat on. Definitely like don't look through the window. Like you do not want to see how the sausage gets made. But
I would say
It's
that's true for a
delicious.
lot of burger places.
it is delicioso.
Most meat things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I especially don't want to know.
Maybe like Father's Office.
Oh yeah,
You know, they
that's
have
really
like
good.
the ketchup
Yeah. They have good burgers,
thing.
but
What's it called? Like it's like a
I still
It's
get
a
frustrated that they
24-hour
won't
like
take
onion thing.
they won't take their cheese off because
I
they
know.
have to. It's like the
Everyone
whole
does.
experiment. It's the whole experience, and their chef was like, it compromises the dish if I take the cheese
Here's
out.
the
And I was
thing.
like, but I can't have it.
We worked with Chef Sang,
off.
and he
I know.
is also really. He was just on Without a Recipe. He's coming back to judge an episode, and he based his burger on a French onion soup. So he's
I
like, if
know.
you start taking the components off, then the flavor profile is no longer what it's supposed
cheese
to be.
is really a big part of the French.
It is a
onion.
big
know.
Otherwise,
I'm
it's just
sorry.
onions and
But-
water.
I will say, I also can't have it because it's meat.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because it's
Because it's meat.
As frustrating as it is to have no substitutions as a server, I would have paid someone good money to put that on a menu. No substitutions.
Or
And to mean it.
So,
Because I'm not
nice.
asking to substitute. I'm just asking to.
I know.
I guess no modifications. It would make
None.
the process so much easier. Do.
I know.
Send
As is.
away.
as is. Yeah. What's your favorite burger, Maggie?
Ooh, that's hard. I feel like it changes quite frequently, but right now I really like Hi Ho.
Hi ho. Where's
Hi-ho.
that at?
I was
They're
like,
usually
Hi-ho.
next to.
Hi-ho.
Is Hi Ho also a liquor shop?
You know
in
what?
Culver?
Am I getting that right? Am I getting the burger
Hi-ho.
place right?
Hi-ho.
Hi Ho
Oh,
is a
the
liquor
work we
place
go.
in Culver City.
Oh, I think it's Hi Lo.
Hi Lo.
Hi-lo. I have heard of Hi-lo before.
Hi low. Ooh, where's
Hi
that
Lo
at?
is the liquor store. Hi Ho is the
Oh.
burger, I believe. Let me
Hi
just
Ho.
double check that. Yeah. Hi Ho is the burger place.
Where is it?
There is one kind of south of La Brea, kind of next to a Kazunori or a Sugarfish, one of the two.
Mhm.
And then there's also one in Santa Monica.
What makes the burger good?
they're yummy. They're kind of more expensive than you want to pay for a burger, which is annoying. But I've gone to a couple smash burger places and I always assume smash burgers are going to be on the more affordable side just because they're so, I know it's like the same patty, but they like spread it out and flatten it. But I'm always like, this shouldn't be like, I went to a smash burger place that just opened and it was like $12 for the burger. And I was like, what? The last smash burger place, I was like, it was like $7. And I was like, wow. Steal.
Can't afford not to.
It's those rising beef prices.
I know. Yeah.
Probably.
But hi-ho, I don't know. Their buns are so good. Their meat's so good. Their French fries are really good.
They
it's just
take
like a
that
whole
cheese
experience.
off for you.
They take the cheese off, which we love. It's almost a requirement, or else I can't eat there. Yeah, so tasty. So tasty.
What's your favorite vegan burger?
Yeah,
because you don't like.
I don't like the
you don't like
meat.
it to taste like fake meat.
Yeah.
No, I don't like the
bean
taste
burger
of meat.
patties.
But who's got the best like burger? Yeah, black bean burger, veggie burger.
I mean, no one does it great, but Fred 62 does an okay veggie burger, and they have like a lot of curly fry options and stuff, and cherry Coke. My God, really good.
Cherry Coke, yum.
I think they make it the old-fashioned way too, by putting the
That's why it's
goo
good.
and then they spin it.
Yeah, I don't want to open a can of
Yeah.
cherry cola. I want you to like make it. It's really good. But actually, when we shot with Chef Zhang, he made me a plant-based Father's Office burger, and that was really delicious. But that's not on their menu. I can't go get it.
Right.
But yeah, basically, no one does them great. Everyone loves Monty's. That's just the Impossible meat, and it makes me feel terrible.
Monty's is pretty good, but
It just makes
Never
you
had that
feel
one.
bad, though.
there's a lot. Yeah.
I don't think that fake meat's good for you. It's
Oh,
my
no.
hot take.
It's not. I mean,
just
it's
a lot
not.
of chemicals.
It's still a burger.
Well, food neutrality, Rachel.
I say it one time, and everyone's throwing it.
We're
in
just
my
like
face.
your kids. We're going to remember forever.
Well, I think
back
it's
in your
like
face.
an Impossible Burger's not quote unquote healthy for you the way like a normal burger is not healthy for you.
yeah.
I don't mind things that aren't good for me, but I do mind things that make me feel terrible.
Yeah.
So
that
like
hurt your
fries
tummy?
aren't like good for you, but I feel fine eating fries.
Fries are absolutely good for you. What are you talking about?
Okay, great.
Food neutrality, Rachel. There's no
neutrality.
good or bad food. There's just food.
I think approaching everything with like a moderation like mindset is just key because
That's
like
true.
a
But
burger
hell no,
for
you're
you.
gonna die any day now. Eat
If
the
I-
fries. Eat the
Apocalyptic.
burger.
Fries are great, but if I eat a Monty's burger like 20 minutes later, I'm like, I feel ill.
Your body doesn't.
I just don't like that. So,
I
anyways,
get that.
it's fine. There are no good veggie burgers. Someone invent one. You can take all our money.
I do like the Fred 62 one. They
Yeah,
have like
it's
they
pretty
have
good.
something spicy on it too, like pickled jalapenos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something spicy. And it's like a mix of stuff. So it's not too black beans or too much, like, I don't know, grain.
Grain,
Yeah.
yeah.
Who wants grain on bread? Nobody. Come on,
I think
guys.
that sounds pretty good.
Carb loading.
Like a little rice patty, a little rice ball on bread with
Portobello
condiment.
mushrooms honestly slap if you like grill them the right way. Season them. Anyways. Should we move on from burgers?
I don't know how we
lost-
got onto burgers.
I don't know how we got
I
honestly.
don't know how we got
burgers.
onto it, but those are the best burgers. Oh, George R.R. Martin. We got there a
R.R.
weird
Martin.
way,
George R.R. Martin.
Yes.
Oh right.
We salute you.
right?
Rach, you were in New York recently.
Yeah.
And you
I
were
was.
there when the boys were shooting
Yeah.
Broadway.
Tell us how it was.
On Broadway.
Tell us how
Broadway.
was
Give
it?
us the Broadway secret.
How was your
Yes.
experience?
Oh my God.
Backstage.
I mean, the secret sauce of the Broadway video is that Keith and I both fell deeply in love with the Broadway crew, those stage managers, the orchestra director, all of like their team. We were like obsessed with. Like later that night, we were like, we're going out with our new Broadway friends. I still text with all of them.
That is so
like,
cute.
We
Besties.
love them so much. And I think it's because for me and for Keith, there's like some alternative life where we did theater instead of this.
Oh, yeah.
Like the stage manager or like the production stage manager. So there's a whole team of them, but the lead is a woman named Rachel, who also has a daughter.
Destined.
And she and I was like, oh, you're like my twin flame. You know, like we fell in love immediately. And I was like, oh, you're living a life I want to live.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty grueling, so maybe I don't. But like living in New York and working in theater is a dream I have had, you know? So like doing that video was so cool.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
It looked awesome.
It was just like very heart fulfilling, life fulfilling. And I think you can tell that like Keith came off from the curtain call and just is like, that part was very small, but like just the chance to be on that stage with those people who all just went out of their way. These actors would come back and talk to Keith and I, and our shooter and like all of us who were back there, our sound guy. And they would like talk to them and be telling jokes and like being funny and getting to know us. And then they would be like, oh, I'm on. And they would like change in like a split second and they would walk on stage and be in their role. They were incredible. And they were just so nice to all of us. And the stage management team was running us like down. So they would take us like down under the stage to the orchestra level to watch Beetlejuice like come up on the like plinth thing and do the quick changes and show us, like they were just showing us everything.
Yeah.
It was so cool. It's like a
of the stage.
core memory life experience.
Oh, 100%.
It was really great.
100%. We are so excited to partner with Macy's for this episode. I actually used to work at a Macy's, and it was one of my favorite places to just boop around on my lunch break. I would go shopping in the makeup department, obviously, and they have the absolute best Black Friday deals. Macy's is giving you early access to Black Friday deals, but you didn't think they'd miss on the actual big day, do you? From now until Friday, November 26th, Macy's online Black Friday event is saving you big on the essentials and gifts you've been waiting to snatch up all year. Literally, whatever you're shopping for, they have appliances, self-care staples, home decor, beauty brands. Chip away at your gift list with big savings on gifts like watches and wireless headphones. So check out Macy's.com before November 26th. That's Macy's.com.
What was the audience experience?
The audience experience was bananas. When Keith first said they were going to go do this Broadway thing, I was like, oh, I'm going to go. I was like, buy me a ticket. Get me a ticket. I'm going to go. And he was like, oh, it might not be me. It could be someone else. And I was like, that would be insane.
Spoiler alert, in case you haven't seen the video.
Alert. I was like, that is insane. I was like, there's no way. I was like, and I kept asking, I would ask Rachel, I'd be like, so do they already have a costume picked? Or are they just borrowing like a swings costume? Because I was like, oh, maybe they'll just go with like whoever the body size is of the costume that they needed.
That's not the way the video works, though. We sent sizes for all three guys, so we were prepared for
that's why
everyone.
I was asking. Yeah, that's why
Make
I
sure
asked
it was
about it.
tall man.
Because there are other times where like that's how auditions go. Like if sometimes just because you're the right size, you'll get a part. You know what I mean?
Sizes.
It could be two of the exact same like talented actors, but one is 5'4" and one's 5'7".
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, well this one's gonna fit the costume we already have.
Yeah.
And we don't have to do anything new for that.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I think it'll be him, but just in case.
Oh.
But it was really cool in the audience. We actually had like a friend from college who is an actual Broadway actor in the audience, just like randomly.
Randomly.
Ooh.
Oh,
wow.
they didn't
His cast got tickets. No, his cast got tickets.
Oh my gosh.
That's so. It was just like a regular Wednesday night performance. That's so wild.
It was just random. And Eric Talbach from like old BuzzFeed days was also just randomly in the audience. We saw him when we were walking in. We were like, what are you doing here?
I know he lives in New York, but like who seeks out just a random Wednesday show?
These New Yorkers.
Yeah,
That
well,
just
he got tickets from school.
Oh, okay.
So they probably did some sort
Wednesday's
of
a
discount.
pretty slower night.
Yeah. I hope you frame that playbill insert of him.
Oh, yeah. I have like an old thing from like years and years ago that I made Keith that was like a big poster board essentially. And then you just shove all of the like playbills or like little ticket stubs from things that he's been in or his like lanyards. We usually keep the lanyards. But yeah, it's definitely going
Your scrapbook on the wall.
My scrapbook. And one of my BFFs who actually is going to live in New York now, Thesby actually came with us too. She's an old BuzzFeeder as well.
The audience
And
was
she was very
stacked.
excited. Yeah, it was really cool. It was like very surreal and very like, yeah.
Had you seen the show before?
No, I went and saw Keith and the Leuberger boys went to see, and Miles, right? Were you there? Yeah, went to see Beetlejuice. And I was like, no, I have to see Moulin Rouge. And like controversial opinion, I was like, oh, fuck me, I made such a bad choice. Like,
Was it Moulin Rouge not good?
I mean,
I thought it was good. We had different experiences.
well, yeah, you saw Aaron Teviot. That was the big difference. I got Derek Klarna, whatever his last name is, like 2 days after they switched roles. And like, nobody wants to follow that. It was just, if you like the movie, you probably won't like the musical, in my opinion. Because
The movie is really good.
It's so good. And
There's different songs.
They dramatically changed
There's
the
different
ending.
songs.
Yeah.
Because they've adapted it to be more of a jukebox musical.
Beetlejuice 2 is like not like the movie,
Yeah, they changed.
which is good.
Yeah.
The movie is a problem. Have you watched it in recent years? Because I watched it on the flight from LA to New York, and I was like,
Just to like do some.
yeah, just to refresh.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen it since I was like a child, and I was like, oh, this is fucked up. Okay.
Yeah, it's a weird little slice of time. But yeah, Moulin Rouge just changed too much.
What was your favorite? What's been your favorite musical ever that you've seen?
Ever in my whole life.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen Wicked like 1,000 times because being the only theater person in your family means that was the Christmas present you got every year from random relatives.
Wicked every year.
So I actually do think Wicked is really good. And Alex Brightman, who plays Beetlejuice now, was Bach on Broadway for many, many, many years. Or 2 years, I think.
Many, many, many
just pretty
moons.
long in like Broadway terms.
Yeah.
I actually really liked Beetlejuice. Like it was just a fun, like vibey experience. But I think if you have a chance to see like any of the classic ones, like Les Mis is really cool.
Are you a fan of the opera person?
I
not
don't
really a fan of the opera person.
Yeah, I don't really love the like story or the music.
Isn't it closing?
But I try and take Keith to the older ones because growing up in rural Tennessee, you don't have access to Broadway.
Right.
Honestly, like the only times I went and saw Broadway shows were with school when it was a present or doing the half price ticks. Those are always the best. You just have to run as fast as you can to the theater. And then Broadway does lotteries too. That's how I saw Hamilton.
Yeah, you and your mom.
Yeah, we won the Chicago lottery.
That is so cool.
That's amazing. I've never won the ticket.
I
lottery.
signed up every single day. I never won. Every single day when I was in, how old was I? When was Hamilton? Anyway, I signed up every single day and I never got it. And I just had to give up.
Yeah, it was very, very cool.
Yeah.
So I guess, Hamilton was really, really good. I don't know. It's not like Moulin Rouge was bad. I think you'll have a good time watching it. I think you'll enjoy it for the spectacle that it is.
Just see something else. There's so much
See
out
something
there.
else. Yeah. You could see West Side Story in Australia.
You guys did.
We went
see
to the
that.
Sydney Opera House and saw West Side Story. You know, it was fun.
Listening
Australians doing New York, like
New York.
1920s accents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They also,
You don't have anything nice to say. Don't say anything at all.
I do think you could tell who the Americans in the audience were because at the end, and I don't think this
Didn't
is
we
a
leave?
spoiler for West Side Story. No, I tried to get us to
Okay.
leave.
I was like,
Guys, I think we should, it's our last night. We saw the beginning. It's great. We should just go at intermission. But we stayed for the whole thing.
I almost love Hades down at intermission. When I came back,
Yeah.
Keith was like, I'm surprised to see you here. And I was like, I'm surprised to be here.
Yeah.
That was the LA show, yeah.
Yeah. But in
I love that show.
Australia, you could
In New York.
definitely
It's
like
so good.
show who the Americans were because of the end of West Side Story. It's a very iconic scene. The main guy's running around looking for his lady friend and he gets shot. And it's like, usually in the American versions that you see gun, him getting shot, you hear the noise, it's all that. In this one, he gets shot somewhere like backstage. So all you hear is the most realistic gun noise I've ever heard in a crowded
That's
space.
true, yeah, I remember that.
And like the six of us were like,
Like a minute jump.
and like looked around.
Literally jumped up.
And then we were like heavily breathing for the rest of the show.
Oh my
And I was
God.
like, Australia.
You couldn't see it though.
You couldn't see it.
couldn't
We
see it.
scared. We just
You weren't allowed to see it.
looked around.
Yeah.
But I think even a bad Broadway show or bad like musical is still cool.
Yeah.
It's an
It's
experience.
so
It's all
cool.
about the experience. You
Yeah.
go for the experience. Yeah.
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 Like I'm still a big fan of Book of Mormon. You know, because it's such
Yeah.
a funny show.
Yeah. It's
So
great.
the first time you see it, there's just so many funny things in it. And like,
Mhm.
you know, the songs are funny.
Mhm.
It's funny.
It's funny.
Funny. It's just funny. It's just funny.
It's funny thing.
You know, it just makes you laugh.
Yeah.
Do you like to laugh?
Yeah, definitely.
It's hard to make
Obviously.
Matt audibly laugh too. So when you get him to audibly laugh, you know he's
Yeah.
having a good time.
You have to be funny.
Okay, I'm not that funny.
No free laughs.
You could be
from
funny.
Matt.
You know.
No free laugh.
You got to really earn those laughs.
Matt's like the best person to put front row at like an divey improv show.
He's just like,
Glares only.
Like, hello.
You loved Hadestown, New York?
yes.
Because Hadestown, LA.
I know.
Left us
I didn't want to
wanting.
be that person to be like, the New York show is so much better.
You can be
but-
that person. MJ's that person.
Yeah, I didn't want to be that. I didn't want
Oh
to
yeah,
say that.
MJ had a sign on her door after we all saw Hadestown that said, "Don't talk to MJ about Hadestown unless you have 45 minutes to discuss."
She wrote that sign herself. I know it was in third person.
That is funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is funny.
We saw the original cast in New York, and so it was just like
Yeah.
so cool.
It's written by a woman who went to my college, and her father taught there. And every spring, we would take turns going to his farm and helping do these 24-hour shifts to help birth all the baby lambs.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa,
I know.
whoa.
On her
Quite the
father's
turn
farm.
from Hadestown.
I know.
The baby lambs.
Well, so I've seen the writer of that musical, Anais. I've seen her play, I don't know, 10 times at school or
On
whatever.
her farm.
She-
Oh.
no, she
It
would
was
come
about
over
lambs.
to campus.
It was Silence of the
Birthing
Lambs.
lambs.
Yeah.
Silence of the Lambs, the musical.
Not quite.
Imagine.
Not quite.
Mhm.
Yeah. What else? I took my mom to see Lion King this year because my mom had never been to Broadway,
I was
had
gonna
never
take
been
the
to New
girls.
York. It holds up.
It does.
There's a reason that show's
Lion
been
King
on
would be good
Broadway
for the girls,
for
I think.
years.
I was going to take them to Act 1 of Lion King as their first Broadway
Make sure you
experience.
sit on the aisle because I feel like that'll be magical for them.
Yeah, well, it
No.
didn't
Things
happen
like
because
up
we
and
all got
down.
COVID.
I know, but next time you can go. It'll still be on. It'll still be there.
around. Why
But-
is
And
that
I won't
going
have to
anywhere?
lie
No.
to the Broadway theater and say, yes, of course they're 4.
Yeah.
I was like,
You have to be at least 4.
you have to
go
be
a
at
Broadway
least
show.
4. I was going to go to a matinee, obviously.
Like a crying thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh yeah.
No
I
crying.
wouldn't take a baby, but they have sustained attention spans. But I was going to be like, make me prove it. They're 4.
It's like
me prove
it's like
it.
the reverse Disneyland thing.
Make me.
Do you ever take the girls to movies when they were babies?
No.
No.
Never did. It doesn't seem enjoyable.
My parents turned our car seats around.
I mean,
So you looked at your seat?
Yeah. Well, when we were babies.
I guess yeah. I'm
Baby
just
babies, they're
imagining
like,
like,
boink.
little Becky trying to be like, what's
That's
going
why I
on
love
back
the
there?
movies so much now.
I know. That was
It's like
it.
being in the theater.
honestly, I would
Relaxing.
just be so sleep deprived when they're that small that I would just take a nap. Me, I would sleep. I think they would sleep though if you just wrap up their car seat with like a cloth or whatever and turn it around. That'd be fine.
Yeah. We saw someone did that with a baby and Black Phone, which is this like horror,
Oh my
Oh my
god.
horror
gosh.
movie that came out. And
Yeah,
we were
that's a little extreme.
all dying because we were like, this is a movie about little boys being kidnapped.
Maybe I
by
had like
Ethan
little
Hawke.
baby earmuffs and
Yeah. I mean, they really covered him up.
Yeah.
But the baby didn't cry or anything.
must have been
Yeah,
nap time.
I think as long as your baby's not crying, you can stay in the movie.
yeah.
Yeah,
No noise.
I think so.
The same for like adult humans.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Like don't cry, don't make noise.
you can cry, but silently.
Yeah.
Have you ever cried in a movie theater?
Yes, of
yeah.
course.
What movie?
All of them, Becky. All of them.
Yeah, it's really easy for me to cry when I'm in a movie theater. It's just
Maggie's
like,
Trolls.
Trolls. I actually did cry during Trolls, okay? During Branch's story. Watch it back. Those who know. Okay?
Those who know.
Okay?
The trolls.
Yeah. They'll know. No troll left behind.
The Trolls.
What is the experience where you've had like the worst audience people around you?
Oh.
Like the most ill-behaved audience members?
Probably I've told you're going to have to bleep this, Rainie, she sucked his cock story from Bombshell.
Was she talking about her friend?
No, she was talking about
Oh.
Charlize Theron.
Oh, that was just commentary on the film.
Yeah, because the movie's about Fox News.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
About what happened to like Megyn Kelly.
So my worst audience member story was I was at an opera and there were these older women behind us, definitely like in their like probably 70. They
Okay.
looked,
Uh-huh.
and they all had flasks.
Oh no.
They were getting lit up.
And they were heckling at the opera.
Oh no.
They were heckling an opera singer?
Yes, like yelling at them and then also so loud, making commentary to each other behind us.
Was this in
and
California?
I looked back and I was expecting to see people that are like, I don't know, 20. And it was people who were like 70. It was like 4 old women
people
just
don't
getting lit
give
at the
a
opera.
fuck.
It was the funniest
Where
thing.
was
I didn't
this?
even yell at them or
No
anything. I was
F's
just like,
to give.
live your life, you know?
Worst
You've
or
earned it.
best, Matthew? Worst or best?
I mean, I can't remember anything else about the opera except for that. So
What opera was it?
I'm pretty sure it's Madame Butterfly.
Oh,
Damn. You really don't want someone to ruin that.
yeah.
You know? They were on
When's
their
the
own journey.
butterfly coming out?
Where's the butterfly?
I was promised
Exactly.
a butterfly.
Yeah.
God, old people do not care.
Yeah.
No.
Good
They
for
don't.
them.
Live, laugh, love.
Live,
What
laugh,
was your
Live,
worst?
laugh,
Do you have any really bad
I don't have
audience experience?
Luckily, I don't have very many. I was at Downtown Disney and they have an AMC, or they used to if it's still not there. They have an AMC movie theater there. And I remember sitting next to probably like a 16-year-old couple when I was like in college and I was with my sisters. And they were just like macking the whole time. And then there was only like 3 more seats available in the theater. It was a full theater. And the only other seat was like in front of them or next to them. We didn't want to see them in our periphery. So we went kind of like in front of them. And then I could just hear it for the rest of the movie.
Ugh.
And I was like, come on.
I do feel bad
Go
for
to the
them. They
car.
probably have nowhere else to make out. They're 16.
Yeah, their parents dropped them off.
Yeah.
But like maybe go to another not like fully full movie theater, I guess.
sure.
That's where they blend in. They can be secretive.
Well, I think we have a cool audience question.
Yeah, cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool one.
Tell us.
On us, Matt.
I feel like everyone will have something great to say about this.
Great.
You know, some
Oh,
great
no.
advice.
Lay it on us.
You especially.
Maddie
Me
boy.
especially.
I read this.
Okay. So it's hello, ladies, and Matt, and Rainie, and Miles. You're not a lady.
Hello.
Hello, ladies.
The whole
And
gang.
Rainie.
The whole gang. I'm 26-year-old. I'm 26 years old.
It's
So I've
going
only
great,
had
Matt.
coffee today.
It's going great.
I am
has a
26 years
flask.
old, and I am in my first serious relationship. I've been seeing my boyfriend for over a year now, and it's been great. However, I am starting to really take notice of how he dresses and his lack of style. There, I said it. I am no fashionista myself, but oftentimes his odd pant shirt color pairings really throw me for a loop.
It's called hipster, yo.
It's gotten to the point where I am slightly embarrassed when he meets my friends and family because he doesn't know how to put together a cohesive outfit. I try to give suggestions, but he usually ends up frustrated from trying on different outfits and quits the fashion show. He doesn't like jeans.
Fashion show.
I love
He
it.
doesn't like jeans, so he opts for chinos most of the time in the winter, which is totally fine.
Okay.
But they are usually non-neutrals and end up clashing with his shirt. This feels like a superficial problem, but it's one of those things that over time really grinds my gears.
Uh-oh.
I don't want to hurt his feelings. He is a sensitive boy,
Oh.
which we stand, but it's time I bring it up. What do I say to him?
Oh.
Much
First of
love
all,
to you
he
all. Your
quits
pod
the
is my happy
fashion
place.
show. That means he did the fashion show, which is very nice
And
of
he
him.
said, enough.
Yeah.
And then he said,
Enough fashion.
He found his
anymore.
boundary.
Yeah, I was supposed to say, I feel like he already kind of probably has the hint. If you're
Yeah,
making
yeah,
him do
yeah.
these fashion shows,
Yeah.
right?
And then he's quitting them and getting emotional about it.
Mhm.
He knows.
Yeah.
He knows. I mean,
I mean, have you ever had to dress your significant other?
I've dressed all my boyfriends and husband.
So how does it go?
I turn over their
What's the-
closets
what's the
slowly but
script?
surely. There's no script. You just buy them clothes.
And you just
And then one piece at a time.
take the old ones out?
Then you suggest
Like
they
throw
take
the old clothes
ones
out or donate the old clothes as you replace
Yeah.
them?
So, if you say your significant other is only wearing brown t-shirts, suddenly you put some stripes in there. And then what you do is every time they wear it, you're like, oh my God, that's so cute. You offer compliments.
Positive reinforcement.
Mhm.
Like it's in dog training.
Yeah.
You know?
Every boy I've ever dated, like a year or two into it, their closet has turned over. I
Wow.
just invest.
Wow.
In like stuff they like to wear, like t-shirts, the same thing, just like better colors.
Mhm.
That's really it.
I'm wondering, is he like colorblind? Because she's really caught up on the color
The mismatch.
clashing thing.
By the way, that's a look. That's like a
Yeah.
I don't care look. Miles is wearing mismatched socks and it's giving him energy.
It's not
giving
what you
him
wear.
vibes.
It's
True.
how you
Rachel
wear
is
it.
obsessed with the mismatch.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I think I have a follow-up question for her. I would want to know if he actually likes fashion and likes his clothes, or is he like over clothes? You know what I mean? Because from my experience, Keith doesn't like clothes. He doesn't like trying on clothes. He doesn't care what he wears. He just wants it to be, clothes. So like I buy his clothes because
He doesn't care.
Otherwise, he wouldn't have it.
otherwise he wouldn't have any. He'd be walking around the same t-shirt every day. But if this guy really likes his clothes and it's like his way of expressing himself, you can't really tell him he's not allowed to do it just because that fashion isn't your fashion.
Right. Kind of a push-pull for sure.
It sounds like she likes something very cohesive and he likes something a little, or he just doesn't care, or like something more scattered.
I think let's assume, I don't know the answer, but let's assume that he doesn't care. Let's read that.
Okay.
Just because it makes it easy. Yeah, because then it's like,
Yeah, that makes it
if he's
easier.
like, no, this is what I want to wear, then it's like done and done. Like,
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. And talk about like the superficiality. Do you think it's superficial?
I don't think it's superficial to care what people wear. I think it might be superficial to have like a judgmental stance on it. Like being like, that's ugly, or like, that's clashing. Because like, I don't know. What makes you an expert? Is every one of your outfits a hit, girly? It's a girly, right?
Well, she says she's no fashionista. though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, maybe he has opinions about your outfits, baby girl.
Yeah. But if it's really bothering you, I would say like maybe encourage him to get chinos in neutral colors and then buy some shirts you like and then just, roll with it.
Yeah.
Zach has had a real style evolution over the last
man.
few years. How do you feel about it?
I feel like with Zach, you kind of just have to, we go shopping together a lot and he'll just be like, do you like this? But it's really just making sure that he is excited about his outfits, because I think he genuinely like cares about what he wears. His mom,
He likes fashion.
He does. He loves his fashion. And like his mom is sometimes like, Maggie, why did you let him out of the house like this? I was like, you gotta let him express himself sometimes. And like, I'll just like, we're like, okay, Zach, you really love these like statement pants. Don't blame me if he comes out of look into the office, because sometimes I don't get eyes on him and I'm like, oh my God, what has happened? But like sometimes we just focus on one article of clothing and I'm like, okay, how do we, not everything can be special about your outfit, Zachary. So let's pick one thing and then let's build off of that with some basics. But it makes him happy. So I'm just like, live your life. Yeah. I'll help you pick some good shirts to kind of supplement and just have more options, because if that man could, he'd always wear pattern head to toe.
He would. Every piece would be special.
patterns.
You're right.
5 patterns.
5 patterns.
With a cozy pattern jacket.
Yeah.
Well, I have one pattern. We can have all the patterns.
Yeah.
Yeah. More is more.
More is more.
Maximalist.
Maximalist. Yeah, maximalist fashion.
I try and just like see what he's wearing and try to model it off of like Jeff Goldblum and Harry Styles. I was like, how do I do this and like make it like a little bit more intentional?
That's what I was going to say, is maybe she could ask him like, what celebs does he like? Like what celebs fashion like that he kind of wants to look like, and then she can kind of start steering him that way.
Yeah.
I mean,
Be like, well, he wouldn't wear those bright salmon hot pink pants with a, orange,
what
Then
would
you have,
Harry
like,
do?
What would Harry do?
Yeah.
Something I
exactly.
ask myself all the time.
Yeah.
What would Harry do?
Yeah.
Harry can do whatever
Here's
he
the
wants.
thing though, if it really, really bothers you too, maybe you should examine why. Like their clothes don't affect you that much. If you are like really railing against that, why? What's that about?
Like, has someone said something to you? Or is this something from inside of you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, why are you so embarrassed? If you're like proud of who they are as a person and the job they do or the life they live or like your partnership or the way you guys have built a home together or whatever, why does the way they dress matter so much?
Sounds like somebody has said something to her, because she was talking about like, she was like kind of embarrassed when she brought him out to like friends and family. So I assume someone's made a comment somewhere along the line of like, what the heck's going on with these colors?
Pants.
These brightly colored chinos.
I mean, she does a lot with colors, but it makes like when I see someone who looks ill dressed, it's usually like the fit or like the clothes are just like falling apart or something. You know, like usually colors aren't like something that you're like, ooh, looks bad.
No.
Matt,
Right?
who taught you how to dress?
Just like myself, you know. Born this way.
Woke up like this?
I think I read like I follow some like stylists and stuff on TikTok, and one of them said something that I think is really true, and it's like people try to like conquer their fashion or find their fashion style or icon and like that being an end goal, but it's really not. It's more of like a fashion journey. Like you're always changing, and it's always changing over time.
Right.
So you have to think of it like that. Like you're evolving, and you shop at different stores, and then you kind of graduate from those. Like you don't shop at, I don't know, H&M as much anymore. You kind of find your different style.
Yeah.
Evolves over time. So I think it's just.
And as the seasons change too, I feel like you approach it completely different.
Well, what's your style evolution? Like, what did you wear in high school, and how did it change until now?
I used to be very preppy.
Used to be.
Yeah.
You?
Even more.
Shocking.
Even more so preppy.
Matthew.
Really?
Matthew.
Matthew.
Yeah. Like lots of collared shirts, like especially in high school, like the double collar.
Double?
No.
Super.
We need
prep.
pics.
Oh my God. I went
Right.
to college with boys like that.
Yeah.
New England.
Yeah.
Did you wear the
schools.
New England.
the boat
Yeah.
shoes?
Boat
Sperry's?
shoes. Yeah.
Sperry's?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pink polos?
I don't really think pink because pink
Okay.
usually makes me too like,
Pulls a lot of
yeah.
red undertone.
And those pinks are usually like really pink from back then,
Corals.
Wow.
Yeah.
Double collar. Popped or down?
Pops. Definitely. Obviously, is that even
gotta
a
be.
question? If you're doing double, it has to be popped.
like, excuse me.
Right? It has
Oh,
to be
the
popped.
early 2000s were rough.
Yeah.
Did you have like a lot of pressure as a boy growing up, like to dress a certain way, or like was
To dress
fashion important, or was
masculine?
that just later in life?
I
when
think
you were,
later
like,
in life.
presentable.
Because when I was younger, I lived on a horse farm. So it was all about like function
Yeah.
Right.
over stuff. We lived in a pretty rural location. So it wasn't ever like, never
Yeah.
dressing up unless you're going to something.
And
Yeah.
how
an
would
event.
you
Makes sense.
describe
You know?
your style now?
I don't know. I haven't even thought about that.
Can
How would you
everyone-
describe my style now?
Mm.
That's a better question.
Polished, chic.
Oh, wow.
I think
Yeah.
classic.
Yeah.
Mm.
Very classic.
Mhm.
But also like you have a few pieces that are like a little bit like retro, like that pink jumpsuit or one of your like differently textured polos that feels very 70s, like a little retro.
Yeah.
Retro.
Yeah,
Mhm.
classic
Retro.
retro.
Classic retro.
Classic retro. Guys, I am always dropping my phone case. 100% of the day, it is falling on the ground. So I need a case that is super protective and will keep my phone super safe, but I also like to be cute. And that's why I love Casetify. For the perfect blend of protection, sustainability, and style, Casetify has you covered. Like I said, I am always dropping my phone, and when I do that, it makes me super, super worried about the phone that the case is trying to protect. And I really don't have to worry about that with Casetify because they have EcoShock and military standard protection. EcoShock is Casetify's latest protection technology.
I love the Casetify case that I got. It's got a little banana on it. It makes me smile every day. Cases are developed from 65% recycled and plant-based material, as well as being partially made from upcycled phone cases through their Recasetify program.
Get one of the most protective, cool-looking, and environmentally friendly phone cases the internet has to offer. That's 15% off at casetify.com with code 15SITWITHUS or use the link in our description.
And
I'll go
it
with
seems
that.
like you're always comfortable, but you don't. It doesn't compromise your style in any way.
Yeah,
like I noticed that
that's
about your
true.
pants and your shoes.
Try to be comfortable.
Yeah, try to be comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eugene does not try to be comfortable.
No, he does the opposite.
Yeah. I think if he's uncomfortable, he feels like he's achieving something.
Yeah, the discomfort.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I've seen him wear shoes that absolutely like murdered his soul. And he was like, but I have to. And I was like, do you?
For the fashion.
Platforms exist.
Platforms exist. Yeah,
They're kinder.
he does. Yeah, he does, he goes crazy
Mm-hmm. He does.
always.
How would you describe your style, Rebecca?
Comfy. Comfy. Anything that's comfy. I don't like being uncomfy.
I think you're like Dakota Johnson
My
goes
dream.
out to grab
Dream.
a croissant in the city.
Love.
Love.
When you're shopping for Keith, what are you looking for? What's
Ooh.
his style?
Blue.
Keith's style. Blue. It used to be the blue checkers. He really liked that one. What else do I look for? Well, he really he loves bonobos. People are always asking me, what does Keith wear? I was like, he just loves bonobos. Anything from bonobos.
He got into fun
loves.
patterns over the last few years.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's you or him, but all of a sudden his like sweaters and shirts started having like elephants or mushrooms or like fun things on them.
No, it's just bonobos because he also likes to be really comfortable and like as the very sweaty couple we are, our clothes, our top half clothes have to be very curated.
Yeah.
So he really likes like the rolled up long sleeve shirts and short sleeve collared shirts. I think are like his favorite. But like, and he does not like sweatpants. He never like even at home if we're like laying on the couch, I'll be in full pajamas. He will be in jeans.
Yeah.
That is his like comfort
Can't
item.
imagine seeing him
Loves it.
walk in like sweatpants.
I've never seen him in
I've
sweatpants.
never.
No.
It would be like seeing Santa Claus in regular clothes. It would just be wrong.
Yeah,
I'd be
it
like,
would be
That
no.
man knows
very
he has
weird.
good calves. He's like, show
Yeah.
off the
Oh,
calves.
I do like him in shorts though. He's got good legs.
He's got good legs. I got him to go up. That was probably the one thing I had to push him a little more towards is going away from the like Bermuda length shorts and being like, I think a 5-inch short would be really nice. But then you also run into problems like they had on the podcast that one time where he had like a giant moose knuckle. Because he is also 6'3". So if you're wearing 5-inch shorts and you sit down,
Oh no.
you're wearing undies.
Yeah.
You just got to get him some leggings, you know?
Yeah.
That Lulu.
Nice. Yeah.
That Lulu gym look.
Some Lulu leggings.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he doesn't. Yeah. Something about like, he doesn't like the material of like sweat clothes.
Mhm.
He prefers like a more structured
Oh.
He is
thing.
the only one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
If I could never wear jeans again, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my vibe too.
I hate
I don't
jeans.
prefer it.
I hate
No.
them.
Don't prefer it.
Rachel, what did Watts wear when you met him, and what does he wear now?
He just wore a lot of t-shirts that were all kind of muted colors and pants that didn't fit great. And, you know, like a lot of set boys who crew up shows and work on sets, he wore a lot of like tech stuff. So like wicking layers for shooting in the desert and warm layers and pants that like unzip halfway down the knee. And I was like,
love.
I was like, no, this can't.
Dad fashion.
This can't stand. Not even dad, like just all those tech boys. So I, just got him some nice like blue pants from J. Crew and a bunch of stripy t-shirts. And the more I complimented him, and I would do this thing when we would go away on weekends, is I'd be like, can I pack for you? And he'd be like, yeah. And I would only pack all the good shit that I liked. And then that's all he wore. And now his closet he still has tech shirts because he still works on set all the time. And he has some of that like rain gear or desert gear, but I don't have to see that because we're not working on the same set. So, that's fine. That's not in photos. Who cares? And I just bought him, he was really, really addicted to like the cheapest Old Navy jeans. And I just like moved him up the ranks to J. Crew and like life was better. That's all. It was, and I was like, look, black jeans work too. Instead of pale, like blue, just like slowly over time. So he's still wearing the same kind of profile, but things fit better and are cuter colors.
And doesn't compromise his comfort on set.
Yeah. No, still just as comfortable. And he still wears the wicking stuff and stuff on set sometimes.
Yeah.
He just shot for like 6 months in the Savannah wilderness outside with horses at night. Like, he was wearing bad stuff, but I don't see that.
No one could see it at night.
No one can see. No one could see him at all. I don't care what he looks like at work.
I
don't have
do
to
you
look at
think
it.
you do more fashionable stuff because you had to wear a uniform growing
think
up?
so.
Do you think that affected
And
how
you have to wear a
your
uniform at
style?
work.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh my
I think
gosh.
that just not being able to wear fun things to work, like I really just like would put my all into socks and shoes. And then as a result, like on the weekend, some people just get like fashion fatigue. They're like, oh, I don't want to pick an outfit for work. And then on the weekend and then X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
But I just get really excited whenever I have something to look forward to. I'm like, what am I going to wear?
Is that how you got into nails? Is because it was like one of the things you could have
absolutely
cute at work?
Yeah. And a lot of hospital systems don't allow you to have like fun nails. My hospital system, it does. So as long as it's not chipping, you're allowed to have them.
Oh, yeah.
And they can't be too long. But
Okay.
yeah.
Makes sense.
Poke through those gloves.
Yeah. Honestly, I didn't really do my nails like before I got engaged. And all my engagement photos are like my little undone nails. And I think since then I was like, I'm going to start doing my nails.
Just Photoshop them in.
Yeah.
The undone nails shows me though that you really weren't expecting it.
I wasn't.
When people have a perfect fresh manicure in that like ballet pink, I'm like, girl knew.
Yeah.
She
Or
knew.
they're wearing like white
Was
with like a
ready.
white manicure.
Yeah.
She's ready.
Before
Who's
my
ready?
girlfriend Hannah got engaged, her and I had the same set of rules that we told our partners. Like, I need to have my nails done because
Right.
we don't have like cute hands without them. You know what I mean? Like, even just like a basic manicure. And she texted me, they were at a wedding and one of her nails broke like down to the nub. And we don't get our nails done together. That is not something we do. And I was seriously debating texting her boyfriend, now fiance, and being like, should I just offer to go get a manicure with her? Like, is this going to be a thing? I was like, should I do it? And he's like, no, you weirdo. He's like, don't tell her, she's going to know. And so I was just texting her about her broken nail. And I was like, oh, you could just cut them all down. Because she has really cute, like long fingers.
Yeah.
So I was like, you just cut them down. Do the very clean, like clean little nail.
I
It's all
love
good.
this like ninja Becky being like,
was, like,
we gotta
so
fix it. We gotta
nervous.
fix it.
I was like, she's going to kill me. So that was our fashion advice. If this person enjoys his style, maybe just talk about it with him. If he does not enjoy fashion or clothing, ask if you could buy him something.
Yeah.
Could be a fun little treat.
Yeah.
Surprise him
I
with
think
a shirt.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Money between friends. Hi guys. I'm going to start with saying that I love you guys so much and thank you for continuing to bless us with your differing opinions and genuine advice. Speaking of, my friend and I were recently having a debate about when someone owes a person money, who is responsible for making sure the money owed is paid. For example, if I borrow money from my friend, should I have to remind them to pay me back, or should they be responsible for keeping up with paying me back? I believe that I shouldn't have to remind you to pay me back when you know you owe me, and it's clearly stated that you would pay me back. And I always make sure to pay back what I borrow as well. My friend thinks the opposite. What do you guys think? Thanks so much for answering my question. With love, broke college student.
Ooh.
First of all, bless Venmo apps and whatnot, because this was so
before.
much
Oh,
harder
nice.
before. You were like, let me get cash out.
Yeah. Let me write
So
you a
nice.
check.
Yeah, it really
So
solves all
hard.
problems.
Yeah.
I think it depends on the person and the friendship. Like, I have some friends where it'll be like, I'll get them, they get me.
Yeah.
We hit each other up all the time. I have other friends who are very like on top of the Venmo, and I get that Venmo request and I just pay it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't I don't take it personally whether you have to ask someone or you don't care, you know?
Yeah.
I think as long as you have that understanding beforehand of like, oh, we're going to split this. How cute. Or like, I don't know, we've gone on vacation a couple times together and I feel like we're similar in that sense of like, oh yeah, I'm going to get lunch this time because I know you're going to get lunch the next
bounce
time,
back
or
and
like
Yeah.
get a bottle of wine, I'll get the next one.
Yeah, I mean, I usually let the other friend lead because everyone has different financial situations, you know? So you can be like, whatever is going to work best for them, and you can kind of respect that.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm like, if you need the money, send the Venmo request. Don't just wait.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
guys are
Like, if you
college
need it, take it.
students and you're counting every dollar, like I used to not buy sandwiches at the like grill at my college because I was like, oh, they're too expensive. Guys, they were $4.99. They were under $5.
Yeah.
But I couldn't afford them. So if
Right.
you're like really counting, send the Venmo request. Don't just eat it because someone forgot.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're trying to live within your means. But other people are more casual about it.
Yeah. Sometimes people, like, I have friends that are really good about being like, let me know how much it is. Because sometimes people genuinely don't know. Because, like, there's, like, when you DoorDash and stuff, there's service fees and tips that you have to account for and things like that. So just, I don't know, being
Or
open.
you just genuinely forget.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't take it personal whenever I get a Venmo request. I'll have things pop up and I'm like, oh, thanks for reminding me. Boop, boop, boop.
Holding grudges in your friendship is
Yeah.
way worse than
Becky and I just had
asking for
sushi.
money.
I completely forgot that I paid, but I signed on to my thing and Becky paid me. I was like, there you go.
Here you go.
Here you go. Perfect. Done.
When doing a big trip with friends, like we did a few years ago, we went to Thailand and Cambodia and stuff. What we did at the top is we each took out X amount of $100 cash in that like thing. And then we just all spent until it was done. And then we decided how much to, and we would just flip back and forth rather than tracking every
That's what
expense.
I call it money bag.
Yeah.
You have a group money bag.
Yeah.
Everyone takes out the same amount.
We put it
and
all
you
together.
use from the same.
And then we're
amount.
buying coffees, we're buying lunches,
Yeah.
we're doing all of that.
Yeah.
We split all the hotels and Airbnbs and stuff like very evenly, but then we had a money bag for spending on like food and shows and
Yeah.
I've gone to a
boat
couple
tickets and
bachelorette
stuff.
parties and stuff, and we love using Splitwise. It's so easy and it does like foreign different currencies as well, which is helpful. And then in the end, like some people put in US, some people put in different. So it's helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So international.
So international.
but just Venmo request. Go for it. If they didn't remember, first of all, if they didn't remember, that can be genuine and they're not just trying to get away with it. They're your friend. So just like be upfront.
Yeah.
If there's a long-standing Venmo request that hasn't been fulfilled,
That's awkward.
then who's responsible is it?
Well,
You can bump.
Yeah.
You can bump on
remind.
Venmo. I learned. Yeah.
and then maybe you say something directly like, hey, I Venmo requested you a while ago. Do you not want to pay this? And if so, why? And then maybe when we go out, then we all just each pay for our own things. Because, you know, it's stressful to me for that to be sitting there for weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
Or send a funny text message that's like a GIF that says, pay me, bitch.
Or that.
You know?
Yeah.
Or that.
Yeah.
Where's my money, ho?
Money, honey.
Make it a joke. It's easier.
Make it a joke. You're right.
easier.
It probably is easier. But maybe you don't go out with that person, or when you do, you just each pay for your own exact things because that can be stressful.
Yeah. Friend by friend basis.
Yeah. That's hard.
Well, we cleaned up that one. Do.
Okay.
To summarize, Broadway is fun. Wear what you want to wear. Venmo requests are chill. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pay your friends back.
Pay your friends back. And don't take crying babies to the movies.
Woo! Definitely not.
You know, or Broadway. Don't take a crying baby to Broadway.
No.
I love
probably
these
be
like
distracted.
summaries at the end. SparkNote version of
SparkNote.
episode. Yeah. Love.
If you've made it this far.
If you've made it this far, here's a reminder of what we did. But that's all the time we have for today, guys. This was very fun. Thank you always for sitting with us. We love it. Live, laugh, love.
No.
We'll see you guys next time. Make sure you're washing your hands, getting vaccinated for all the shit you need to get vaccinated for, peeing after sex. It's time to vote, so make sure you're registered to vote. Vote down that ballot. Your local elections matter. And be nice to people. Yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. Bye. Bye.